So this looks a little different this week because we are together in LA, which is so exciting. This never happens. And so it's going to be a little different than our normal shows, but we just wanted to make sure that we give you guys something.
A
Um,
taste of reality, if I may.
yeah, for sure. So I guess before we jump into the topics that we want to talk about this week, we have to talk about our trip so far in LA. And we mentioned it in passing on the channel, but we came to LA as a work trip. But what prompted us coming to LA was seeing Nicole Scherzinger at the Disney Concert Hall. So Ashley, you talk about that experience. It was, spoiler alert, amazing.
Okay, you guys, first of all, the venue. Walt
Yeah.
Disney Concert Hall is the home of the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Queen Nicole Scherzinger, you might know her from the Pussycat Dolls. She just won a Tony this year for Sunset Boulevard. She's done three huge performances. The performance was amazing. The vocals for the gods. So that was Thursday night.
Hmm.
Friday was Halloween. Saturday night, last night, we had a
Do you
beautiful
want to talk about the
dinner.
show or?
Yeah, the show was amazing. She did some jazz. She did a bunch of show tunes, some jazz songs. At the very end, she did some Pussycat
Yeah,
Doll
I was living
songs.
seated sat for the Pussycat Doll song. Okay. Pussycat Doll songs. Okay. So also in fairness, this is our second time we're trying to record this. We had a little technical issue, but right before this, we were at the Grove and I got a mango margarita from this Mexican restaurant there, and it was very, very strong. Very good, but very strong. So I'm a cheap date, needless to say. I had one margarita and it's treating me this way. So. But also a testament to how good the margarita was there.
Yeah, I love that. So we saw the Nicole show, loved it. We actually ran into, so I know Nicole Scherzinger from a show in the early 2000s, like 2000, it was called Pop Stars. And she ended up winning the show with four other girls. They made a girl group called Eden's Crush. And on the show Pop Stars, this amazing young lady, this talented woman named Katie, who actually ended up being staying best friends with Nicole all this time. We actually saw her before the show. She actually follows Taste of Reality, Small World. So we were just so happy we got to meet Katie. We were like
Yeah, we
jackpot.
were sitting outside of the venue and we kind of saw each other at the same time where it's like, wait, I know you, wait, I know you. So it was really sweet to be able to meet her in person after connecting online.
Yeah,
So it's always nice to do that.
and I saw her and she just looked like a movie star. She's so beautiful. She was wearing this fur and the hair, and I was just like, oh my God, stuck. And then I'm like, hold on, we know her. So she was amazing. So we go to
Yeah.
this beautiful dinner last night. Yeah, I can never say this name. Yamashiro, excuse me, Yamashiro. It's up in the Hollywood Hills. Gorgeous dinner.
Gorgeous dinner, amazing ambiance. Like if I were to think about a quintessential LA restaurant, it would be that. It's like you're in the hills. LA abound surrounding you. You honestly feel like you're in a different country. It genuinely feels that way. It's stunning. It's beautiful. And we were treated like queens and it was an absolute amazing experience and we'll be back.
Yes, we'll definitely be back. We had a beautiful meal, and just as we're about to wrap up, this stunning creature walks in and sits at the table next to us. Imani's doing the math. I look over and I do one of these.
I was like, yes, it is.
So I said hi. I was like, we went to your show. We actually came for it. Saw you in Sunset, loved it. This goddess told us when you're done, come around and say hi and get a picture.
Yeah.
So we did. And now we're best friends.
Yeah, so if you guys want to see the photo, it's on our page. Check out the restaurant as well because like I said, it was so good and the ambiance was amazing, the staff was amazing, just overall 10 out of 10 experience. And getting sat next to Nicole, who brought us in a roundabout way to LA for this business trip we're on, was the coolest experience ever. And she was so kind and to invite us over to her table. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to take time and she didn't have to offer a photo. We wouldn't have asked anyway.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Amazing.
So that was yesterday, all right? So
Yes.
today we went to the Grove because you can't go to LA, I feel like, without going to the Grove. And since we were going to the Grove, we were like, we have to go to Erewhon. So we did. And as Ashley had stepped away from me at this point, she was calling her husband. And as I was waiting for my Hailey Bieber smoothie, Who do I meet, you guys, but freaking Daniela Karagach from Dancing with the Stars? I died. So I saw her hair before I saw her. I was waiting to, in the smoothie bar area, and she was kind of by checkout, and I was like, "Ooh, that girl's hair is really pretty." And I was like, "Wait, she's kind of like in like dance clothes, like the sneakers and baggy sweatpants and off the shoulder shirt that's baggy and the bra and the flannel. Like she was in the quintessential like LA dancer outfit." And I was like, "Huh." And then I was like, "That's Danny." And so I said hello, and that was really neat. And she was so kind, sweet, very soft spoken, very demure, if I can use that word.
Is it
But
still a usable
I'm
word? Not
using
in
it.
2023
I'm
anymore.
using it. So that was really cool. We're still, manifesting Dancing with the Stars tickets. We extended our trip in LA actually because we're trying
We're
to
delusional.
get
That's code for
tickets.
delusion. But you know what? We don't take no for an answer. That's
Mhm.
just not who we are.
Yeah, but speaking of Dancing with Stars, I feel like this is the perfect time for us to jump into that segment in our pop culture wrap up.
Never forget, Nicole Scherzinger did win Dancing with the Stars
She
with
did.
Mr. Derek Huff. Iconic.
Okay, so this last week was Halloween week. Ashley and I kind of had the same opinion about it. It was fine. It wasn't my favorite Halloween episode of the series,
No,
but
the songs were not great. Like
it's
the music
difficult.
choices were
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not my favorite.
No, so we had some drama coming out of this episode though. So one of which being Jen from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was voted off. I posted a TikTok about this. I wasn't necessarily sad about her being voted off because I just feel like she wasn't mentally, emotionally, and physically all present during this competition. And I'm not mad about it because she just had a baby, as we know. So I receive if her priorities in her brain were elsewhere, but it just made it super obvious that she wasn't fully committed. When you watch people like Andy, regardless of whether or not technically he's there, but he seems like he wants to be there.
Mhm.
Whitney wants it so bad. Dylan wants it so bad. Robert wants it so bad. I don't know that Jen wants it so bad. And when she was talking about leaving the show, she said that she did this for her kids. And I think that that goes to show that she didn't do it for herself.
Mhm.
And that was very clear because something just wasn't clicking and clocking, in my opinion. So
Right.
she went home this episode, which there's been a lot of back and forth about Jan as well as a pro dancer.
That made me really sad. You know, Max came out saying something, and it's just so awkward because Val's brother is Max. Max used to be a pro, and Max, who's not on the show, is talking all kinds of trash, and Val has to go to work with these people and make sure that everything is kumbaya on set. So that's a really awkward thing. And what made me upset about what Max said, Max is allowed to have his opinion. And his opinion, I'm not a professional dancer. He is,
Yeah,
his opinion is obviously more educated than mine. But part of his criticism was, why isn't anybody teaching Jan how to do this? Why isn't anybody
yeah,
coaching him? It's like, bro, why aren't you doing it?
yeah.
Like, you know, like if you know to give him that advice and that's the feedback he needs, why don't you help him out?
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like the judges also had an opinion about Jen. I just feel like they never really gave her amazing scores. Not that she necessarily were owed them. The scoring has just been all over the board in general. There's no consistency with how they're giving out sixes, sevens, eights, nines. Like it's very cherry picked in my
Right.
opinion. But also I can't imagine having that job as a judge because again you have one faction of people who have no dance experience and then you have the other faction of people who do, so it's like how do you judge and
Mhm.
compare, so it's I can't imagine being the judge, so like I'm not snarking on that necessarily at all, but I just
Max did say though that he struggled. He was the second to go home on his
mhm.
season. So he did come back. He did apologize
Yeah,
because he needed to, because he was wrong. And he said something that was just not necessary. Not wrong. He wasn't wrong. He's allowed to have his opinion. It just wasn't productive.
right, it's his first season
And
as a
that's the
pro
thing. It's
and
his
that's
first
hard.
season. Like, that's just really unfair. And I
Yeah,
feel like the reason Max felt a need to even, I don't want to say attack, that's so dramatic, but criticize him in the first place is that he came from the Taylor Swift world and probably that he just kind of got grandfathered in for that
right,
reason. But he's got a lot of credentials on his own merit without Taylor Swift.
yeah,
So I don't know. Justice for Jan. I hope he comes back. I thought he did a
yeah.
really good job. And Jen, as much as I like her on the show, I really like Secret Lives. I enjoyed her on Dancing with the Stars, but I didn't know anything about her after ending this show. I don't want to say just a mom, that's a huge job, but there's more layers
Well,
to
that's what
her
I'm
that we just
saying.
didn't
I
get.
just don't think that Jen has the star power. And I don't mean that disrespectfully because I mean she works great on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I guess. She has she's big on TikTok. So I think like maybe short form videos probably is best for her. Again, takes so much courage every week to put yourself out there. And she did do this weeks postpartum. So we're not judging that necessarily, but again, I think it was time for
It was
Jen to go home.
she just there are other people, even the ones who maybe aren't bringing as much dance
Yeah,
to the table. Andy, it's Andy, but he's bringing the heart,
yeah.
and that's we didn't get the heart from Jen.
Well,
So
people were shook because Elaine had that injury last week and she didn't even dance and she was safe, but Jen danced and she went home.
yeah, and Elaine, we're so glad you're okay. We are
So
rooting
happy for
for
her, rooting for
you.
her,
We
all the
love a
things.
54-year-old on the dance floor doing it every week. Meant to be. She's meant
Yeah.
to be on that stage.
Were there any other Dancing with the Stars thoughts you had?
I didn't love this episode, and I'm a Halloween
I'm not a Halloween
girly.
girl, so it didn't move me, especially coming off of Wicked Week. It was like lackluster for me.
I didn't like the music. The dances
Yeah,
were fine.
yeah.
We had like last year, speaking of Daniela, I don't remember her partner's name, but
Dwight.
Dwight. Oh my God. They had one of the best Halloween dances ever.
Yeah.
So to go from that, and Daniela and Dylan were amazing. There wasn't a bad dance. I actually really liked Andy's this week. I thought he handled it very
I
well.
agree, but he had so much fog by his feet that you couldn't even technically see what he was doing from like a technical perspective.
Which was probably
Which was
intentional.
intentional. I mean, like I was entertained. That's the thing. Like and that's the thing is, for instance, Jen might not be the best dancer, but like it's not entertaining for me to watch her dancing. Andy is not a good dancer. I'm entertained when I watch his dancing and I enjoy watching it and it brings me happiness. I
Mhm.
feel nothing when I watch Jen. Sorry, again, love you. You're killing it as a mom. You're stunning. I'm so happy for you and put
Love the
yourself out there.
commercial. The
Love
Dunkin'
the Dunkin'
Donut, that
commercial
was so
girl,
good.
killing
And
it.
you're right. Short form videos are her niche. She's
Yeah.
very, very
Day
good
in
at
the
that.
life of a mom in Utah, I think would go crazy on her page. So I think
Right.
that's her niche, and I think that's perfect for her. Any other final Dancing with the Stars thoughts before we move on?
No, we can't wait to see you guys on Tuesday.
When
So
we are in the audience
when
on
we're in the audience,
Tuesday,
so
yes.
somebody please make that
Delusions,
happen. Thank
delusions.
you. Thank
Okay,
you.
wipe swap.
I love this show. So she's behind. She was on vacation for Angie's episode, and she just only got to halfway watch Melissa's episode. First of all, I thought the mom on this episode, both the mom and the dad were just amazing. It broke my heart for Melissa to say, and Phaedra agreed with her. Phaedra was her guest star. They said, wow, look at this man do all this work around the house and he
Yeah,
plays with the kids. Both of those women said, oh, my husband doesn't do that. Like he doesn't hang out with the kids on his
yeah.
own. Like, what? What?
Crazy.
But Joe has started doing the dishes since, and I was about to clap for him, but I'm like, wow, the bar is so low. The bar is so low. We're like, yeah, he's doing dishes, but like, that's the least you can do.
But I think Melissa like I watched bits and pieces. I haven't watched the whole episode, but I think Melissa was saying she also likes to be needed, and I think for her like having dishes to do from her children might be her being needed by them. I don't know. But she says she likes it.
Well, good for you, Melissa. That's a choice you can go ahead and continue to live. Because if I'm the one cooking, I'm going to ask for some help in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That is just a me thing. The kids. So, this is the thing I loved seeing from both Angie and Melissa.
Hmm.
They both had young children in the house that they swapped with, and they're both so sweet and dear with these little kids. And we
Yeah.
saw Melissa with younger kids. It was just so far
Yeah.
past that we don't have that recent memory. We didn't know Angie that far back to when Electra was that age.
Yeah.
But seeing those little boys crying when Melissa left their
Yeah.
house,
So cute.
and Joe was so cute. I was like, Joe Gorga. I was like, oh my God, is he going to be annoying with this woman? Because I'm not like a huge Joe Gorga fan. The shtick doesn't really do it for me. But when he was double dutching with
Yeah.
Michelle and when he was tying her boots to make sure her shoes didn't get dirty
Yeah.
with the garbage bags when she went to the construction site, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying Joe Gorga in this
And I
context.
loved Antonia posted videos on Instagram of her, both of their families together watching the show. And it was so cute seeing the families enmeshed and together. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was just so cute to see. And the little boys that they swapped with was the cutest ever.
Adorable. See, you asked me last week, like,
Hmm.
what would be a good swap for me? I'm very, very neat. My house isn't neat like Melissa's,
Yeah.
but everything has a place. We're very organized. Sending me somewhere like that would throw me for a loop. I can't handle it.
Yeah, I would say someone who keeps their home pretty messy would be my opposite and someone I would not want to swap with. And then I also mentioned someone who had like a ton of fostered animals would not be my ideal situation at all. But loving it, I can't wait to see what they do going forward. I think they should also do swaps of like
The
Summer
Valley,
House, The
right.
Valley, things like that. Like they can really continue and make it. Like for instance, I think it'd be really cool to do Southern Hospitality swapping with Below Deck since they do two different
Mm,
careers. So it'd be neat to see like the Southern Charm or Southern Hospitality people on a charter, and then it would be really neat to see the charter people in a nightlife situation. I think it'd be
because they're
really
both service industry.
yeah,
That's a really, really good idea. I like that. Bravo, you can write that one down.
yeah.
Write that in your journal, Bravo. Yeah, wife swap is a win for me. I
Hmm.
love the lack of manufactured drama. I like the fact that there's like a format. It's one day of
Yeah.
we're going by the family's rules. The next day is your rules. The wife and the
Yeah.
housewife ended up meeting each other and seeing what they can take from one another's life moving forward. I am a big fan. I really hope the feedback has been consistently good.
I have not seen anybody really complain about it. And if they do, they're just being haters because there's genuinely nothing to complain about. It's exactly what it is. It's funny, it's light, it's humorous. In my opinion, I think it's a great opportunity to get to learn the wives a little bit more and learn
Hmm.
more about their personalities and things like that. So I think this is a win for Bravo, and there can be so many different iterations of it as well. So they hit a gold mine, and I'm seated and sat and extremely excited.
We're
They're
invested. Bravo
invested.
did it.
Hmm.
We're happy because I've been on a little bit. I don't want to say it's been not my favorite era these last few months. We just haven't had a lot of housewives, and the shows have just, it's just the time of year.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of content. Like all of a sudden, we have so much between Potomac and Salt Lake City. Wife Swap, I didn't realize was going to be as high on my queue as it is. I thought it was going to be like a I'll get to it show, but it's
And
priority.
Southern Charm starts right after BravoCon,
Which is in a couple
which is
weeks.
in a couple weeks, and then Beverly Hills will start soon. We're going to be inundated with a ton of Bravo content, and I'm so excited. But before we have even more Bravo content, right now we only watched the first two episodes of Selling Sunset, and actually, when we're finished filming this, I'm gonna queue up the other ones. The drama is intense this season, and we've only watched two episodes so far.
We were gooped and gagged watching it, like, oh my God, did that just happen? Because we've been following things on social,
Yeah,
because as they film, they let kind of things out, but we're piecing things together. We're
yeah,
doing the Nancy Drew, trying to figure
yeah.
out whose kids are all cryptic in their posts. So
Hmm.
we're trying to figure out the who, what, when. And it got ugly. We agreed last year, as two huge fans of Chrishell, it didn't feel good her calling Nicole
Yeah,
a
so
tweaker last season. That
context.
didn't feel great.
Okay, yeah. So last season, obviously Nicole and Chrishell didn't get along very well. There was also issues with who should get compensation is not the correct word, the commission
Commission.
for something or other. That was last season, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. So moving on to this season, Chrishell and Nicole are still at odds. And Chrishell also accused Nicole of being on rugs. I'm using the TikTok version of that word just for, PC purposes. So she accused her of, taking substances, and that came up again this season. And so Nicole said at a table, I think it was for Amanda. Was it her birthday?
I think it was.
Okay, so for Amanda's birthday, she had everybody at a table and at dinner. And basically, Nicole was like, Well, I don't know why you're talking crap about me doing substances. You must have me confused with your parents. And if you'll remember, Chriselle's parents, A, both are dead, but two, both of them had substance abuse issues. And Chriselle has been very vocal and open about her traumatic childhood with, these things around her. And the fact that not only her parents are dead, but you're throwing in Chriselle's space, her childhood in a roundabout way, that was bad.
And the thing is, Nicole would have been
In the right.
in the right if she didn't hit that low going completely. Chriselle was the first one wrong.
Correct.
But maybe like this is the thing, everybody just piling up bad behavior on
Yeah.
top of each other. Like the bar is
Agree.
just going lower and lower.
Yeah.
If she would have just let it go, continue to shine a light, that would have blinded out all the hate. I really believe that. But we do know Nicole to have a lot of controversial
And that's
opinions.
the thing too.
She even misgendered
G,
G
oh yeah.
on the show this season.
So that's the thing is like there's been so many instances where Nicole has just been on the wrong side. So I think there was less latitude here
Mhm.
and they already didn't like her. So now saying this,
Right. It was a perfect storm.
it was the perfect storm. So, like I said, we've only watched the first two episodes of the season so far, but Nicole essentially was fired after that. She still is involved with the O group, but she's no longer filming with the
Mhm.
show. It kind of gave optically that she was fired from the O group and Selling Sunset, but she just was asked to no longer film the show.
Mhm.
She is now still with the Oppenheim group, but I just thought I don't know. And apparently, Chriselle and Chelsea weren't invited to the Selling Sunset premiere.
Shocked. How do you not invite two of the stars? Like,
Yeah.
that's insane to me. Like, there's something more.
There has to
There's
be
not
something
a
more.
cast conflict that makes
Yeah.
two leads not show up.
Yeah.
That doesn't make
It
sense.
doesn't, because Chriselle literally is selling Sunset, in my opinion. Like, she is
She's the
selling,
glue.
she's the glue. So,
Circle back to Selling Sunset real fast. Our hotel isn't too far from the Oppenheim group. So we took a walk the other day because in the show there are these huge hedges that they added because people are always right up at the window.
yeah.
Just to keep everybody posted, it's November 2nd
Yeah.
and there are no hedges outside of the Oppenheim group.
No hedges. It looks just like the traditional, I don't want to say storefront, but
It's a
the
storefront.
traditional storefront with the Oppenheim group. It was, I'll pull up a photo.
Yeah, and last time I was there, I was walking by and there was a line because they don't want people going up to the window because people actually work in there. But there wasn't even a line. Mind you, we were there on a Sunday. Usually during the week, there is security outside that I've noticed. Maybe
Yeah.
it's because they're filming, I'm not sure. But there was no security there this time.
There was no security, and I can't find the photo fast, and I don't want to be on my phone too long. But okay, here it is. Yeah. So it's not terribly far from our hotel, and there's no hedges. It's just their standard,
The O group
no hedges. So I'm curious if they only do it during filming, maybe?
was that a storyline? Was it
I don't know. You never know with these shows.
exactly what is real, what
Oh, and
isn't?
for fun, here's the photo of us with this is also posted on our Instagram account if you guys
Literally pinch me. Pinch me. I
yeah.
can't believe we met Nicole Scherzinger. I've been a fan of hers for 25 years, you guys. 25 years.
Yeah. So, like I said, for all of our LA travels and anytime we do anything, the first and fastest place for you guys to see what we're up to is always Instagram. It's always TikTok because we can post it a little faster in real time if it doesn't require much editing. So you're gonna want to make sure you follow us during BravoCon because we have so many really fun things coming up, especially if you're a Bravo fan.
We have tickets every night to the Bravo Awards, all the
Yeah,
Bravo Palooza. Is it the Bravo Paloozas at night? Whatever the 9 o'clock.
Bravo polices are during the day,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, there the Bravo Con is at night. The or they
no,
have
Bravo, it doesn't matter. We
but
have
the
events at night.
nighttime,
Yeah.
the 9 o'clock show, one of them's like the Housewife
Yeah.
Awards. We have tickets to all of it, so make sure you stay tuned. Selling Sunset is so good right now, but there's also something else happening right here in WeHo. First of all, before we transition to this, we went to something about her twice
Yeah.
on this trip. The first day we got here, we had sandwiches. We did a little work there today. I had like the best sandwich. I had the Drew,
This is
amazing.
outside. They have really cute street art. When we went last October, I'm sorry, we went last August. They also had like the chalkboard with a really cute saying on it. I always appreciate those little things, like those little details, especially for moments to post on social media.
So the reason I mentioned something about her is because one of its co-owners, Katie Maloney, was seen filming. They think it's Stassi's new show. That's what
I'm
makes
pretty
sense.
sure it is because one of the producers for Stassi says shared it to her story.
Oh, great.
So I'm pretty sure, but I'm so excited. Also, Stassi and Katie were together for Stassi and Bo's Halloween party, and they filmed a really cute TikTok. So we also posted that if you want to go see it. I love them together. I love nostalgia and I love like comfy friends, and those are a pair of comfy friends for me, and I love it.
Isn't Katie Hartford's
Yeah,
godmother?
Katie's
Love
Hartford's
it.
godmom, and
I love
then
it.
the Taylors are Messer's godparents.
That's so cute. Yeah, I am very excited for Stassi Says. Again, we're in West Hollywood. They were filming at a hotel just a few miles away. So truly, it's all happening in West
It's all
Hollywood.
happening.
Halloween was wild down here. We had dinner at Tom Tom. We had drinks at Sir, but they close off all of
It
West
was the
Hollywood.
coolest.
Everything shut down, not if you're commuting from all the way over
Yeah,
here. It's a
yeah,
lot of walking
yeah.
uphill.
It was. Oh my gosh, we had to walk up. I'm from Pittsburgh originally, and there's a lot of hills there, so I've walked up many a hill with family and things. The hill that we had to walk up, insane, and it was steep in such a way that when we got to the top, I almost was scared I was gonna fall back. Like it's just very like steep and fast.
It was a lot. She was wearing sandals. I was quite comfy in sneaks, but she was on the struggle bus. The sneakers were a
Yeah,
good idea.
we
We
both
didn't,
were dying.
yeah,
But it just sucked because my sandals.
yeah. I'm a big walker, so, but that I have hills in Vegas, but that was next level. It was a lot, even for me, a person who
Yeah.
walks all the time. Like,
No, yeah, it was not
but
fun.
the purpose of that is that the whole area in West Hollywood was shut down. And Imani made the comment, it looks like Halloween Town. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
no,
it is Halloween Town here.
it was the weirdest thing because it was like kind of dark at this point and we were on the streets and it was closed down so there was no cars going by and people were just walking past in just Halloween costumes and I was like I feel like I am on Halloween Town. It was just so cool just to see everybody like it was normal, you know? Like it
Right.
was just like a normal Thursday or Friday. Was it Friday, Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a normal Friday out and about and just see someone wearing wings or
Mhm.
whatever.
Well,
It
even
was so
during the
cool.
day before
Yeah.
everything got going, people were everywhere wearing
Yeah.
costumes. The day after Halloween, we just saw a straight Beetlejuice walking down the street. Like
Yeah.
Halloween doesn't stop.
No, but as someone who's a Christmas girl, though, when we were at the Grove, I was dying because they were having like all the Christmas things up. There, the tree wasn't up certainly, but they had Christmas lights and some Christmas music,
The
and
gingerbread house was up.
I was like, I love it here, and it was kind of
The
cold too
music was terrible.
to her. I was living my best life because I love Christmas.
I love Christmas. I don't love the music, except for Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I love
In
it all
sync.
injected into my veins. Um,
It's all yours. You can have it all. The Halloween music the few
you
days
can have that.
before, it was haunting. It was delicious. It was spooky. It was fun. It was camp. It was life.
Yeah.
We're not taking ourselves too seriously, and I was obsessed. It was so silly. West Hollywood, if you like
Yeah,
Halloween, you have to come to West
for
Hollywood,
sure.
period.
Yeah. They really do it up. And like I said, they blocked off roads and things like that. So it's safe, I feel. I didn't feel unsafe at all
Not at
during that
all.
time. Certainly, it's important to be vigilant, but I felt very safe. It was closed
Tom
down.
Tom was wow.
Tom Tom was packed.
Sir, we went to later, like, and it was always, Sir is always a vibe, but like, we were fortunately kind of in the back of
Yeah.
Tom Tom, getting in and out, like getting out. I was like, oh my gosh, it
We
was so many
ironically sat
people.
also right underneath that photo of Tom and Tom kissing. What are the odds of that? We didn't ask to be sat there, but we just were sat right under that iconic portrait.
Yeah, I know. And I've been to the restaurant like 5 times and never once have I got sat there.
Yeah.
So that was a
Yeah,
treat.
it was.
Yay, WeHo. We try to come to West Hollywood or LA once a year
Once
at
a year,
least.
try.
And if
Yeah.
there's ever anything you guys want to taste test on, I did write a review of the sushi restaurant, the Japanese amazing restaurant. That'll be coming out Monday. But food reviews, store reviews, anything like
Yeah, anything
that.
like that. We went to a really nice consignment shop. We got some cute clothes from Crossroads, which isn't terribly far from where we are too. So again, follow us for things that are not necessarily pop culture recaps. You can follow us on our social media. We post those fun things there. But I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. We just wanted to get something out for you all. We're still thinking of you. We miss you. We're just traveling, so we wanted to give you a recap from LA.
And we did extend our trip. So we did promise a twofer for Salt Lake City, and we leave Wednesday morning. So it might be up a little later, but we will
But
be
it'll come
watching
next
and
week.
we will have it
Yeah.
for you. We had a change of plans.
Yeah, but we'll definitely have an amazing Salt Lake City recap for you
It was
next
so
week. It
good.
was so
The
good.
unicorn, you guys, the Jared Osmond unicorn, like throw it off the boat. Don't send a lifesaver. We're throwing it off the boat, put it out of its
Why
memory.
would she bring that?
Misery.
Why is Jared speaking into a unicorn? I have so many questions, and we will get into all of it.
I'm obsessed with this. And we talked about crossovers
Oh
earlier.
yeah, we did.
Can the Below Deck episode come out now?
I know.
I
So
want it now.
yeah,
You
so
can put that in my vein.
correct. So yeah, next week we won't have it exactly on Wednesday, but we will have it next week. And until then, we love you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at another time.
Bye.
Bye.